VLC dropping a RetroBat PC emulation build. There's an arcade pack for about 150 gigabytes, and then there's this console pack for an extra 40 or so gigabytes. And together, you get a really solid base image. And look at these graphics. Look at these themes. RetroBat runs flawlessly, and look how fast it loads those themes. Some really cool themes pre-installed. I'll show you a fifth theme that he recommended I add on to it. And I have to say, I'm really liking this. This might not be the end-all 2 terabyte, massive build, but for a nice starter pack with RetroBat, I'm kind of digging it. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see exactly what we're getting here, and play some games. So on first boot, there will be some background music on, and you'll go ahead and type in your keypad, your joystick, gamepad. Anyways, pretty self-explanatory. Hotkey, I like to use select. And this is the default theme that will be installed to start. What I did here is I pressed start in my menu, went to sound, and then there should be a button here that says front and music. And I went ahead and click that so it's the switches to the left. That turns it off. What I noticed later was that the video snaps weren't playing, and that's because he had them off. So go down here to back to sounds and do enable video audio. Make sure that's on, and then your video snaps should be working after that, unless you want to just listen to the background music without the video snaps. Now, there is a README file back in the main directory. Make sure the directory is in your download folder. It should go downloads and then RetroBat. That's the file structure. What I was showing here was with X-Men, it didn't load at first, the default settings. So hit select, go to game settings, and then select your emulator, and go ahead and select a Libretto core. MAME 2003 is going to work for a lot of the games, but you may have to randomly select the game, especially for the arcade games, because certain arcade games are going to play better in different arcade cores. So, you can play around with that. I might just have my default as MAME 2003 for all games, and then if I find a game that doesn't run, I'll change it, to the emulator. So I was just checking this out. Remember, I have not only the arcade pack, but I also have the console pack added to this. So,
a lot more stuff.
Yeah, I just added it. This is after
Jaguar.
I added the console pack, and I was really digging it. And as you see, it's on a computer, so it runs just amazing. So I picked a Nintendo 64 game that is notorious to run, kind of slow on the Raspberry Pi, and it's running pretty good here. And as you see, it has a little bezel, and it's running really good. As far as systems and collections and things, it's about 250 gigabytes, this whole setup altogether. And I'm not sure if it has every single ROM pack for every single system. I know for a fact it doesn't for like the systems which have larger CD-based games like Naomi and Sega Model 2. And like Triforce emulator, it's only the Super Mario Kart. But you can, there's going to be add-on packs for this, so I'm sure he'll have a lot more. It's just like Nintendo 3DS isn't on here, and there's not a big Dreamcast collection on here. It's Naomi and Atomic Wave. Or here's your Sega Model 3. It actually has a lot of the Sega Model 3 games on here. But here's just a little taste. As you see here, there's actually quite a bit of Naomi games. And I just like how smooth it is. In a moment here, we're going to check out some themes and just show you how nice it is. Nice little Sega Saturn collection as well. The RetroBat option menu in the menu there just gives you all the different emulators. Now, what we're doing here is we're hitting start, and then we're going to the theme, and then these are the 4 themes that come pre-installed. But VLC told me to download another theme that we're going to check out in just a moment here. I'm really digging this theme. I like the colors, especially I like this screen a lot. And then look, if you just don't touch anything, it opens up the little detail about the console, which is really cool. So let's check another theme out here. Look how fast it switches between the themes here. This theme was alright. I really like this though, when you go into the actual system menu. That's a really unique to me. I hadn't seen something like that in a while. So that's a third, and then here's the fourth theme right here, the Alec Full Art Flicks. This one's really cool too. I was digging this music. So this is the theme he told me to download. I'll put a link in the description. Just go ahead and download the zip file, and then go ahead and here's the directory you want to go ahead and get it into. You want to get into Emulation Station. There's a theme folder, and you could just extract it directly into the theme folder here. Just drag and drop it right there with the other 4 themes, and then you're ready to go. So I went ahead and drag and dropped it, and there you go. It's now there. It's the 4th one down. I just selected it. Now it's changing. And supposedly this theme's getting worked on all the time. But what I really like about this theme is not this, but look what happens when you actually click into a system here. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Reminds me of Launchbox. Really cool. Look at those box. Pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure you can configure this theme even more when you go to theme configuration. But I was digging it quite a bit. So for the rest of the video, we're going to do some gameplay. I'm especially interested in the PC games he added on to this, because there are some cool ones that you don't see too often. But you already saw the MAME games working just fine. You know, Nintendo 64, all your consoles are going to work fine. So I want to play some PC games. So final thoughts on this build. I'm digging it. I really like this Battletoads game, and I really like the Mortal Kombat game. You know, all the arcade classic games and things. Really, really nice collection here. VLC's made some really cool Raspberry Pi images in the past, so he's a great builder in the community. Now, he sent me this image before it was kind of released to the public, so I'm not really sure exactly what the differences are and how many add-on packs he's going to have. What I have is just the base image and then the first console add-on pack. It's my understanding there will be additional add-on packs. And while this doesn't give you every single thing, it's a really nice starting spot. And there's going to be people who say, oh, it doesn't have this, that sucks, or you know, you're missing one thing, or has something that you don't care, you can care less about. But that's, you know, just part of it. I kind of like that this file, the file size isn't ginormous. I also like how easy it was to set this up. I literally put it in my download directory, and then you have to do a little bit for the Windows games. You have to redo their shortcuts. There's a little README file on how to do that. But within 5 minutes after you set up your controller, you're rocking and rolling, and all this stuff is just a click away. That being said, you might have to do some manual configuration on those main games, as well as like Sega Model 2, Sega Model 3 for like light gun games and stuff like that. But you know, a lot of that is once you really dive deep into these things. So it might not be as hashed out as some other image creators who tend to kind of take it all the way for a specific controller, for a specific setup. But for a good starting point, running RetroBat, and RetroBat, by the way, is just, it's really nice. I'm really digging it, and you know, the fact that you can get really cheap laptops or old computers or even new computers, you can run all this stuff flawlessly. So I'm gonna give it an A. I like it. I think it's cool, and I didn't see anything wrong with it. So with all that said, that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch up on the next one.